Hey everybody, it's Gary back to here. In this video, we're going to have a closer look at the AndyCine C7 4K Ultra Bright monitor. Let's get right into it. Okay, so what I like about this monitor is two things. One, it's a budget-friendly monitor, and two, it's extremely bright. It comes in at about 2200 nits, which means you can see this out in daylight without a hood. So let's get into some of the features, and we'll see some of the footage I shot using this monitor. All right, so this is a monitor. So it's not a monitor and a recorder. It just monitors your HDMI signal. Now let's get into the nits. So what is 2200 nits exactly? So for example, this camera here, it's a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. It's about a 400 nit screen, which means when you get outside in daylight, you pretty much can't see it at all. So you have to use an external monitor for this camera if you're shooting in broad sunlight middle of the day. So that's where this monitor comes in. Now, sometimes you have to cut some corners. You want to spend as much as you can on your camera and lenses, but sometimes that doesn't leave much left over for an expensive monitor. And so at 2200 nits is a very bright monitor, but a very affordable monitor. This comes in at under $300 US. I'll put a link below this video where you can find out more about this monitor at B&H. Now the price may vary from the time that you see this video, so I'll put that link below so you can check on that. Now there's a lot of features in this monitor. We're going to go through that in this video. And then what I used this for was I was shooting in the middle of the day. I couldn't see the back of my screen, but with the help of this monitor, I was able to get my horizon line right. I was shooting the ocean. You'll see that in a second. And I was able to use this monitor to frame my image, and it really saved me because I couldn't see a thing on this monitor. And so we're going to go through all the different options that you have, because sometimes when you get a camera, if it's not a cinema camera, you may not have a waveform monitor, you may not have false color. We'll get into what those are in case you don't know what those are in this video. All right, let's get into the menu system. All right, let's go over some of the features of this monitor. So at the top we have 3 buttons. Now you can program those monitors. I'll cover that in just a second. Also at the top right, you can see we have 2 batteries powering this and how much is left in each battery. And then what we'll do is we'll experiment with the on-screen controls. So it's a touch screen. So basically I can go up or down. So on the right-hand side, I can control the volume. So you can monitor the volume through this monitor. And on the left-hand side here, I'll just switch my hand over so I don't block you. You have the backlight control, so you can control that. Now also you can control the backlight of this monitor through a dial at the top as well. So you can do it with the touchscreen, or you can do it right here. Now, if I double tap on this, you can see we have a menu that comes up. Now, right now I'm monitoring at 1080p, but you can monitor at 4K as well. Now, if we start from the top and go down, we have focus assist, we have zebras, we have monochrome, false color. Now, what false color is it assigns different colors to different ranges. So let me just sort of demonstrate how that looks. So if I turn on false color, now you can see we have blue and we have some yellow. And so once you're familiar with what color means what, you're able to get a better idea of your exposure. So I'll just turn that off. So you just have to double tap, come up here, and then we can scroll through the different types. There's 2 types. I'm just going to turn that off. Now again, we have our zebras. We can turn those on. And what the zebras will do will let us know what it's blown out. So we have it set at 80, so we're not at 80%, but if we hit say 80 or 95, you'll see a zebra pattern show up. So zebras are also helpful for getting a good exposure. So let's just double tap here again, and we'll call up some more of these menus. So you can see we have, like I said, focus assist. That'll help you if you're manually focusing. Once that's turned on, you'll see a highlight. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can use your monitor, or you can set focus assist on your camera and have it go through to the monitor. So right now I'm using the camera one. Now I turn that off, I double click here, and if I go focus assist, then I can turn on focus assist, and then you can set that up to help you with your focus. Now another thing that's good about this too, so I'll just get rid of this menu here. I'll just double tap on it. You can also zoom in with your hands, just like you could on an iPhone. So you could really zoom in and say, wow, are we in focus or are we not? So that's key if you're manually focusing. If you can zoom really in, because sometimes when you're zoomed out, it looks like you're in focus and you're not. So very cool feature with this monitor. Like I said, this is a very affordable budget monitor, but it's really not skipping any of the cool things that you need. Now also you can have a grid, safety marker, center marker, all really helpful for setting up your shot. Also we have a video aspect ratio, anamorphic mode, we have auto mirror, And another thing too is if you flip this monitor up, the image resets itself. So that's a cool thing to have too. So let's turn off the focus assist for now. We'll turn that off. And I want to look at some of these. So we have a waveform monitor, we have a RGB parade, we have a vector scope, we have a histogram. So tons of tools here to help you get a better exposure. So let's have a look at some of these. So here you'll find your wave monitor. Now a lot of cameras don't have that, but that would really help you to get an accurate exposure. Now we also have the RGB. So if you want to check your white balance to see if you set your white balance correctly in camera, that will show you if one of your red, green, or blue was way off, and then you may want to reset your white balance. Also the vector scope can be helpful. You can see here we've got a bit of a shift for our colors. That's what we're looking at. We're in the cyan blue range. But if that seemed off to you, then that's something that you could really use to help you as well. And then we have a little gear icon here. So it says wheel backlight. That's the backlight here. I can control it by going up and down on the monitor, or I can just scroll it like that. Also, I can use this wheel to scroll through the different settings. Now there's the 3 programmable buttons. I have it set for F1 is the parade, F2 focus assist, all waves, but you can set it for whatever you like. So all in all, this is a very helpful monitor. If you're looking to get accurate colors, accurate exposure, then this is really going to help you do that in the field. Let me just spin this around so you can have a look at the batteries. All right, if you look down here at the bottom, you can see we have DC out 8.4 volts. So you can use this to power other devices. Over here, we have an input for an AC adapter. It doesn't come with it, but you can get an external adapter so that you don't have to run on battery power. Here we have the HDMI out port that I mentioned, then we have the HDMI in. And now you can see I have 2 Sony NPF 970 batteries. So that's tons of battery power right there. Now you can use smaller batteries. They come in like 770, 570, and the number is just the size of the battery. So the lower the number, the smaller the battery. So if you feel like this is just too heavy for you for this monitor, you can get smaller batteries to attach to this. And if you're on set somewhere where there's AC power, then you can use AC power to power this monitor. Now if you look over here too, there's also a headphone jack, so you can monitor the audio through the headphone jack. And over here on the top, there's room for an SD card. So you can load LUTs on this, which is great if you know what kind of LUT you're going to use in post. So if you know you're going to use, let's say an S-Log3 LUT or a Blackmagic LUT or a V-Log type LUT, you can load that on your monitor, and then you can monitor exactly what you're going to see in post. That'll really help you get the shot in camera. So a lot of great features for a very affordable monitor. All right, thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up. It helps me get more views. And if you're not already a subscriber, just hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification to get email updates when my next video goes live. Now, if you have any comments or questions about this monitor, I'll put some more information in the description box just below this video. If you can't find the answer to your question there, you can post a comment in the comment section below. And if there's anything you want me to cover in a future video, you can post that down below as well. All right, thanks again for watching. Give me a thumbs up for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.